Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
Named after Mukhtasar al-Ulu. So in there, this narration has been mentioned by Sheikh Albani, and he has authenticated him. And he has authenticated him. Albani Sahib, he has authenticated this narrator in his Mukhtasar al-Ulu, the book of Aqidah, which some brothers use, mashallah. A book of Aqidah. In there, Sheikh Albani has mentioned this narrator, Abdullah bin Sa'igan, Nafi, and he's also authenticated him. Very strange. The same narrator, Abdullah bin Nafi as-Sa'iq, and his knowledge is everywhere. The only narrator to transmit this was Abdullah bin Nafi as-Sa'iq. No one from the students of Imam Malik has transmitted this.
SubhanAllah.
So why can't we refuse him? The same basis that Albani Sahib refused him in Da'if Abi Dawood, and his book As-Silsila Al-Da'ifa, As-Silsila Al-Da'ifa, that's another book where he's refuted him. On volume 24, page 890, he's also refused Abdullah bin Sa'iq al-Nafi. So these are the two places. In As-Silsila Al-Da'ifa, he's refused and rejected Abdullah bin Nafi al-Sa'iq, and in Da'if Abi Dawood. And in one place he's refused him. Why? Because Tafarrada bih, he was the only person who had transmitted this regarding a certain masala, which I don't want to go into. So why can't we refuse Abdullah bin Nafi al-Sa'iq? Because he done his tawthiq. Whilst the same narrator is mentioned in other places, he's criticized him. For example, in Dawood, in Da'ifu Abi Dawood of Sheikh Albani, on volume 1, page 173, he has mentioned that Abdullah bin Nafi al-Sa'iq, he was weak in his memory. كان ضعيفا من قبل حفظه. And he further mentions that this Abdullah bin Sa'iq al-Nafi', he was weak in his memory, and he was mukhtalaf fi, i.e. he was a controversial figure. This we cannot take as narration. So
this is going to be a deep dive into just how deep the lies of Sheikh Yasir Al Hanafi go. So in this video, what Hanafi Sahib is saying is that Sheikh Albani weakens this narration from Imam Malik because it comes from a individual called Abdullah ibn Nafi' as-Sa'iq. And it says that Imam Malik said, Allahu fis sama' wa ilmuhu fi kulli makan, la yakhlu minhu shay'. Allah is above the heavens and his knowledge is in every place, nothing is hidden from him. So what Hanafi liar is trying to tell you is that Albani makes this narration authentic, but he indirectly and directly, Yasir Hanafi, he rejects it. Why? Because the narrator that is mentioned, Abdullah ibn Nafi' as-Sa'iq, he is weak when he narrates from Malik. So what I mean by deep dive is we are going to go through exactly what Albani says about this, and then you can judge for yourself who is truthful and who is telling lies. Here on this page, this is from page 140 of Mukhtasar al-Ulu, which is a summary of Sheikh Imam al-Dhahabi's book that Al-Albani did. And it says, it comes from Abdullah in his Sunnah, page number given. It comes from Abu Dawood in Al-Masail, page number given. Al-Ajurri, it comes from Imam Al-Ajurri. It comes from Al-Lalaka'i. Wa sanadahu sahih, and it's authentic. And then it says that Ahmed ibn Hanbal disputed one particular narration. And then it mentions a scholar called Al-Kawthari, and this is where I'll go into it quite deep. He says, Kawthari says, this is from Abdullah ibn Nafi' al-Asam, or Asum, Sahib al-Manakir and Malik. This comes from Abdullah ibn Nafi' al-Asum, or Asam, and he brings many rejected narrations from Malik. Albani says this is tazwir or tadlis. This is clear forgery or deception. And this is Albani's words here. There is none from amongst the scholars of jarh, that means people who criticize narrators, that have criticized him in such a way. Rather, they say, روايته عن مالك خاصة أعلم الناس برأي مالك وحديثه. That's Albani's words. When this individual, Abdullah ibn Nafi' as-Sa'igh, narrates from Imam Malik, he is the most knowledgeable person in the opinion of Malik and his narrations. And then Sheikh Albani gives you a challenge. If you want to prove this, if you want to see this, look at Tahdhib al-Tahdhib, if you want, which is from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. And then he says that this individual, Kawthari, doesn't even know his correct name. He gets his name wrong. He calls him Al-Asun. And this is delusion. He's clueless. Exactly what Yasir Hanafi does. He twists and gets the name wrong multiple times. Sometimes it's Sa'igh al-Nafi', other times it's Nafi' al-Sa'igh. And just the lie from Hanafi liar this particular time, he states, and I'll give you at the end, in volume number 24, page 890, Albani weakens him or strengthens him, whatever. If Hanafi liar had the ability to even look at Al-Albani's books, Silsilat Ahadith Da'ifa doesn't even have 24 volumes. It doesn't have 20 volumes. It doesn't have 15 volumes. It has 14 volumes. So look, take a look at how he's looking down, pretending to read out the number, when he's just making the number up from the ether. This is your scholar. Next, in the next part, I will go through exactly the tazwir or tadlis of Al-Kawthari and how Hanafi liar takes it whole meal. Stay tuned for the next lie against Albani.
Him on volume 24, page 890. He's also refused on volume 24, page 890. He's also him on volume 24, page 890. He's also refused.
So take a look at his body language. He looks down, he's pretending that he's concentrating, and he's going to give you the quote, and he thinks that he believes that no one's going to check it. This is all we do. All we do is check quotes. That's our only role. And when Albani authenticates him, he's preceded by Abdullah, and he's preceded by Abu Dawood, and he's preceded by Al-Ajurri, and he's preceded by Al-Lalakai. That's why Albani authenticates him. And the narrator, which Albani gets right, Abdullah ibn Nafi' as-Sa'igh, and the Sheikh and the teacher of the Hanafi liar gets wrong, he gets his name wrong, because he does tazwir and tadlis. He, when he narrates from Malik, is أعلم الناس برأي Malik. He is the most knowledgeable of the narrators from Malik and his hadith. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Tahdhib al-Tahdhib, and we'll see who's telling the truth and who is lying. Stay tuned.